So hey guys, today I'm going to be going over a Spider-Man No Way Home plot leak. Now, keep in mind, this is just rumors. This is just theories. This is not 100% confirmed, and because of that, let's not treat it as 100% confirmed. I personally think that it will happen, just because it sounds like the most accurate leak I've heard yet. However, just because I think it might happen doesn't mean it will, and I'm not going to hold the movie to this plot leak because, again, we've just seen so much for this movie that it really could be true, it could not be true. So basically, movie opens up, Matt Murdock is Peter Parker's lawyer, and Peter's under lots of, like he's being watched, all that stuff. He's under a lot of not good things at the moment because everybody's mad at him, they think he's evil, and Peter needs a way out of this. And obviously, the logical way would just be like call Nick Fury and be like, "Hey, can you loan me a scroll or something?" But instead of doing that, Peter's gonna go ask Doctor Strange to just undo it all because that's gonna fix everything. However, as Peter is having everything undone, he interrupts Doctor Strange when Doctor Strange is using magic to reverse the knowledge of Peter's identity. It's not said why he interrupts him, but I have a feeling it's probably due to the fact that he's like, hey, don't take this from Aunt May or Ned or MJ. He probably could have said that before all this happened, but regardless, I'm not trying to complain. But anyways, when Peter interrupts this is what causes the Spider-Man villains from the previous movies to show up in our reality. The thing is, though, they're all plucked from their death, basically. They're all pulled from a moment right before they die. It's said that the villains who show up is, I believe, Green Goblin, Electro, Doc Ock, the Lizard, yeah, Sandman. And also, it's supposed to be the William Dafoe version of the Goblin, not the one from the Amazing franchise. And basically, Doctor Strange and Spider-Man start fighting them. I don't know why I just got them mixed up. And basically, Doctor Strange kind of tries to build a prison to restrain them. Doctor Strange wants to send them back to their realities. The problem with this is the villains don't want to go back to their realities because the last thing they all remember is they're about to be killed or they die by the hands of Spider-Man, and they don't want to go back and die. Peter kind of sympathizes with them because he doesn't want to send them back to their deaths. This also ties into what Alfred Molina said about the movie because he said for him, the movie picks up right after the Spider-Man 2, him floating in the water. And that would literally be what this plot leak says. So it does, his words do kind of confirm this, but again, it's not 100%. Basically, Green Goblin kind of teams up with the other villains, convinces them to become a team. They manipulate Peter into freeing them, and then they go wreak havoc on New York City. And realizing that they need a way to stop them, Peter and Doctor Strange, or Doctor Strange sending Peter, then goes into the multiverse, finds Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man and Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man, brings them back to our universe to have them fight the Sinister Six. It said there's a Secret Six member too, but it doesn't say who it is. I feel like it's going to be someone from Tom's universe. It said it's going to be Rhino from the Amazing films, but I don't think it's Rhino. It said there will be a scene where all the spiders swing through New York. It's also said that when Toby and Andrew show up with Tom, that they'll take co-lead roles and basically become main characters. It kind of reminds me of Doctor Who. If you've ever seen any of the Doctor Who anniversary specials, they basically bring back the previous incarnations of the Doctor and have them all work together to fight a threat. That's probably what they're doing here, which is also kind of similar to what they did in the latest episode of Loki, but the only difference is those actors haven't been Loki before. It said the final battle will consist of them fighting on Liberty Island, the Statue of Liberty, and I gotta say, I'm not really sure if that's the best place for a final Spider-Man fight. I mean, when you think about it, because there's not much to swing around from there, but regardless, we're getting Spider-Man fighting on Statue of Liberty. That's gonna be awesome to see if it actually happens. But so far, that's all we really know about it. That's all the plot leak really says. I don't think I've missed out anything too important. But to be honest, I do think this is the realest plot leak we've heard. This is also consistent with the plot leak we heard back in January, which suggested that Toby and Andrew would show up in the movie and kind of become co-leads, and that also Green Goblin William Dafoe would be behind things. It's also said that they filmed multiple death scenes like they did with Endgame to confuse the cast on who dies at the end of the movie. But again, this is all rumors. But it should be noted what Alfred Molina said, and this plot leak does line up. But that doesn't mean somebody didn't base their plot leak off what Alfred Molina said, so just keep that in mind. Personally, I think it's real, but that being said, I mean, I'm at this point with No Way Home where I'm really not going to take anything for sure until we see a trailer, poster, or the movie itself. But yeah, thanks for watching. And please rate, like, and subscribe.